everyone, and welcome to episode 36 of United City Randomiser. Things are going remarkably well. You can see that we're sitting second in the division, but really only on goal difference to Leipzig, who are on the top spot at the moment, both on 45 points. So things have gone really well. In the last few games since we played, the last one together was Hoffenheim in the Cup, where we got unfortunately knocked out. We've had 3 games, 3 wins. Looked a little shaky in the first 2, where we only got 1-0 wins, and the third one was a bit of a goal fest, which could have gone either way, but eventually we found a way to win it. So that's 3 games in a row for the win, which is really, really positive. Today we get the top spot, Leipzig, against us. We're away from home, so that's going to be tricky. I would suggest, though, that if we win it, I think that's almost guaranteeing us a real shout at a Champions League spot rather than a Europa League spot for next season. If we lose, I think we're still in the conversation for a Europa League spot. I think we're almost to the point where I can guarantee that we'll get a Europa League at the minimum. I'm not sure I want to say that just yet with 11 games to go, but we're not far off of that. So things are looking really, really positive. So today, Leipzig, really tough opposition, top of the league clash. Because they're going to be so tough, because we're away from home, we're going to go start the match with our counter-attacking style. The only injury that we have, is Kruse at right back. So today the team's going to be Greitbust in goal, Klunter at right back, Heiss at left back, Kempf and Gimber in the centre of defence. In the defensive midfield area, Lucas Silva and Elneny. Gravenberch just in advance of that in the central midfield role on an attacking playmaker duty. Malcolm on the right, Wilson on the left, and Mecca up top. He's scored a couple of goals recently that puts him in the side over Fabio Silva at this point. But yeah, neither one are still really covering themselves in glory, which is a shame. If we just quickly, before we go to the game, look at our team stats, you can see we've conceded the second best amount of goals in terms of 21. That's very low, that's very good. But we're only 7th highest in our goal scoring, and that's where we're letting ourselves down. So for next season, I really do have to address the striking position as my number 1 priority, I think. But that's for another day. Today's the day for Leipzig, away from home. Counter-attacking style. Let's see if we can nick a decent result against them and continue our charge towards Europa League, maybe Champions League. We'll see. But let's get into the game and see what happens. So you can see Leipzig are playing the 3-4-3 or the 5-3-2, whichever way round you want to call it. Wing backs rather than full backs and wingers, so maybe we can find some space in the wide areas today. Defensively, they're going to be quite strong, you would think, with their 3 at the back, but that's an interesting formation that we don't come up against a great deal in the Bundesliga, but another challenge. So another day, another challenge. Let's see how we get on. So we'll go into the team talk. We're going to be quite positive. We've come off the back of some decent wins, so we've got nothing to lose here. We know how good we are. Let's show everyone else what we're capable of is a good way to go positively. Didn't get much motivation, but people are listening, so that's fine. So we'll leave it at that, and we'll go straight into kickoff. Away from home, they get kickoff in the first half. Let's see whether there's any form of initial highlight. Let's hope not, for our sake. They got a semi-decent opportunity and sent it wide on the header, so that's fine. Here they come off a throw-in, but we pick up the ball in the defensive area and just boot it clear, which is a little disappointing that we didn't find a way out properly, which meant that they've regained the ball and come back at us, cross the ball wide right, and taps it into Werner, who pokes it home. Disappointing. It was the original clearance from Lucas Silva that was just aimless and gave the ball straight back to them. You can see that they swept the ball right the way across to the right-hand side, who then pokes it forward to Werner, who has a simple tap-in really from that distance. The goalkeeper could have done better maybe, but yeah, that's asking a bit much probably. So very early on we go down a goal, and that's really disappointing. Not the start that we wanted. You can see that they're dominating the game in terms of possession stats and attempts at goal, etc., which I guess we kind of expect on the counter-attacking system, but we've yet to see it in operation. Here they come again from the corner kick, and a long a shot from the edge of the box from Mukelly. And we are sinking without a trace, too early for my liking, so we're going to have to go and change things immediately. I'm not going to sit by and just let them faff about and not participate in the game properly. So we're going to have to change immediately to the gegenpress and see if we can really push back at them. Very, very disappointing start, though. There's no reason to think that our form suggests that we would start that badly, but we have. So we have to deal with it. So there's the gegenpress implemented. We'll see whether that changes the style of the game. Hopefully get a foot in occasionally and start putting our style of play on them rather than just sitting back and waiting for them to attack us, which is what the counter-attack does, but there was no sign that we were getting a foot in to get the ball to be able to counter-attack, really. Here we go on a free kick from Wilson. It was a long way out, left-footed, and it curls it just slightly wide, but at least, you know, that's a step in the right direction, let's say. 25 minutes gone. And we are creeping back into the game, not in terms of possession stats, but certainly in terms of shots at goal, etc. So that's a start in the right direction, but we've got a real uphill battle. And here they come again off a throw-in, but Heist steps in and again boots it clear rather than playing it out in any semblance of fashion to keep the ball. He's just given it straight back to them, and they get now the opportunity to go straight back to the goalkeeper and build it up again from their defensive area, which it looks like they're going to do. But hopefully the gegenpress will now kick in and we can find a way to get a foot in and take the ball from them, get tackles in. But we didn't. It goes from one side to the other again. They've been sweeping that ball quite a lot, but the shot that comes in eventually goes high and wide. And yeah, disappointing for them in the end result of that, but very disappointing for us in terms of how easily they're sweeping the ball from one side of the pitch to the other and maintaining possession, where every time that we get a chance to keep the ball, we don't. We just give it straight back to them. So, disappointing first half. Not much highlights for us other than the Wilson free kick that went wide. And I'm going to have to be really aggressive with them because it just wasn't good enough. Show me something else in the second half. They look up for that, fired up for it. So let's hope that we can get an early goal in the second half, maybe just to make the game interesting and really challenge them. Can we do it off the second half kickoff? No, we can't. By the time I get my words out, the game has decided we can't. Dear me. Anyway, so 51 minutes gone. We're struggling still to maintain any sense of impact on the game. Again, they come forward, long shot from the edge of the area, and it goes wide of the goal this time. But again, on the gegenpress, we're definitely getting bodies around them, but we're not getting the tackles in, which is surprising because normally we're reasonably good at it, and it's been working for us recently. Here we come with an opportunity. Wilson down the left-hand side, backed up by Heiss, who gets a long cross in the far post of Malcolm, and he hits the woodwork, I think, and it gets cleared. But that was really unfortunate. Decent cross in from Heiss. Opportunity for a corner, though. So the corner comes in, cleared, back out to Wilson, who took the corner, gets another opportunity, but sends it high and floating into the box, and the goalkeeper comes out and claims it, and that was simple for the goalkeeper, really. But yeah, the Heist cross was very good. Malcolm unfortunately hit the woodwork. So here we come with another opportunity. El Neni in the centre of midfield, out wide left to Heist, who cuts it into Malcolm. Eventually it finds, I think it was El Neni on sort of around the penalty spot area, and he fires the ball into the back of the net, and we are now 2-1 down, which is better. We're beginning to show a bit of impact on the game. So you can see Heiss gets a decent cross in over the far side to Malcolm, who heads it down for Gravenberch, who his shot is blocked, but it falls nicely to El Neni, and he pokes the ball home for a decent goal. I hope we're not going to get it. Oh no, have they found an offside? Oh, please tell me they haven't. No, they didn't. They didn't go with it. That's fine. So 67 minutes gone. We'll think about making a couple of subs, I think, in a second. Got a couple of yellow cards, for example. I just want to get some fresh legs on for the last 15-20 minutes of the game. So we'll change the striker over. He hasn't done anything again. Whichever striker you put in to start the game, it feels like they don't do anything. And sometimes the sub comes on and does, but it's not a guarantee. We're going to take Kempf off as well because of his yellow card, and he wasn't playing very well. And then we've got a couple of real challenges. Klunter's not doing well, but our replacement right back's not around. We could take off Silva, or we could take off Wilson. I think I'm going to take off Silva at this point and try and solidify the defensive area, just because I think Wilson's got enough in him to do something, and he's motivated at least, even though he's having a very poor game up to this point. So we'll see what happens in the last 15 minutes of the game, but we haven't really played that well, have we? I mean, you can see by the stats really that nobody's really above 7 as a rating. Here they come on a free kick, decent parry from Greitbust, and eventually catches the ball on the second opportunity and gets rid of it again, or whatever he did. I can't even remember now. Sad, isn't it? These things come into my mind and go straight back out again, it feels at times, and we just move forward. What am I rambling about? I don't know. I'm just disappointed that we're not able to impact the game as much as I would like. Stats are better in the second half. We've had more shots on goal, etc. But to be honest, we sunk without a trace in the first half, and it ruined the game for us really too early. We were 2-0 down by 12 minutes, and that was the game done. And we've lost out to the top place team, which is no bad thing in the sense of in the bigger scheme of stuff. But, it's unacceptable. So we'll tell them that. It's just disappointing that our run of form recently suggests we had a real shout against Leipzig. But that's why they're a decent side and why they're top of the table, and we're just slightly off of that at the moment. You can see Bayern Munich creeping up behind us with a game in hand over us, so that's going to be challenging as well. I still think that we are in a decent position for a Europa League at the minimum, but we might sink a little bit into that area over the next coming games. We'll have to wait and see a little bit. So when are we coming back? Sorry, it's been a bit of a damp episode, really. It was just, it was a disappointing result. I wish I'd come and shown you half the games that we'd had before that now. But we'll come and play Wolfsburg next. Where are they sitting currently in the table? You see, another tough game. They're in 4th as we currently speak. So we'll come back and play the game against Wolfsburg and see where we are at that point. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of episode 36. It was a really disappointing result. I can't make it any better than it is, really. It was just really unfortunate that, we came up against a good Leipzig side that took advantage of our weakness in the first 10 minutes. Maybe the counter-attack wasn't the right thing, but it's what normally we play against some of the bigger sides when we're away from home. But there you go. You live and learn. Onwards to next episode we go. So that'll do it for today. Thanks for joining me. If you're enjoying the series, why not subscribe to the channel and keep up to date with the videos? That helps me to know what my audience is like out there. Also, if you've enjoyed this particular video, chuck a like on it. That helps with me getting noticed and progressing my channel, which is really important. So if you could do that for me, that would be really great. Other than that, I'm just really happy that you're joining me, so thanks for your company. If you're playing Football Manager, have a great time doing that. Enjoy your saves. Maybe let me know about that in the future, either on Twitter or in the comment section of the video. Just tell me what you're up to. And whatever happens, I hope to see you next episode for episode 37. So I'll see you in a little while, in a couple of days for that. So for now, cheers and bye for now. Thanks very much for watching this episode of the United City Randomiser save. If you enjoyed the video, then why not click on the like button, as that would really help me. If you think you know anyone who would really enjoy my Football Manager content, then feel free to share this with them. But most importantly, if you would like to join my United City here on YouTube, then hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with my video releases. If you have anything you want to say about the United City save or the channel itself, then feel free to leave a comment below, but please try and be nice with each other. That'll do for today, so until next time, stay happy and healthy, and I will see you soon.